all hot Papercraft.
So, welcome to my final video of my Blender Basics tutorial for paper modelers. And today I want to talk a little bit about cleanup, but mostly the cleanup that is required for exporting. Because if you have a more complicated model, then you will get a lot of errors when you export. And you're going to have to deal with them by cleaning up. And for that, of course, to demonstrate it, I need a more complicated model. And so I introduce you to my little rabbit. I've actually recorded videos about the creation of this little rabbit. So if you're interested, you can watch those. So what I first need to do is, remember I said several times, like if you have different objects, you see different objects, you see every body part is a different object. And if you have different objects, it's important to save them, to keep a copy where you have all those objects. So actually I saved this under a new name. And now I can unify these objects into one using the Bool-Tool. And select them all, and I Bool-Tool, and I unify them. This takes a while. So now this is unified. Now I will duplicate it, and I will mirror it along the x-axis. And and this needs to be switched to global view, of course, global. So now you see, now it's the full rabbit. Another thing that you can see is that this is not accurate yet because there's still a gap here. We're going to ignore this for this video, because this video is only about the exporting. So now I will also make these two into one object. Okay, so now I'm ready to export, and I select it. I go to export and go to paper model. And you see there's many errors come out here. But there's another error which doesn't show up here now this time, which is, I don't know why it doesn't show up. Let me try if I use the mirrored part, if it comes out. So that's export paper model. So you see this? So it said, you see this is how it goes. The error message just appears for a moment and it disappears. Let's do this again. So export paper model. So you see this is set, the object is flipped inside out. This comes from the from mirroring, and the good thing about the error messages here is, although they disappear too fast, they will tell you what to do. So you see here, you can use object, apply, scale to fix it. Export failed. So I will just select this. I will go to object, apply, scale, and that's all. So now export it again. And as I said, this happens because you mirror. And then I go to export, I go to paper model here, and you see now this error does not appear any longer. But I want to export the whole thing, right? So I want to export the whole thing. So let me just Bool-Tool it together once again. Just keep in mind that sometimes if you mirror, this the object is flipped inside out may appear, and how to fix it. So now we have this whole little bunny. And now I go to here, I go to a paper model here, and you see how there's actually three different kinds of errors here. So one is called a zero phase area and a zero length edge. So they are actually pretty much the same thing. And then another one is the twisted polygons. And the twisted polygons are what I mentioned already along this tutorial several times, that sometimes you have some impossible surfaces. Because you just move the vertices in a way that there's no longer a straight surface, and then you need to triangulate them. Remember I mentioned this. So here you have, if you go here, and the error message, you see it says the offenders are selected, and you can use remove doubles and triangulate to fix them. So this is what you do. So now you go to edit mode, and as you can see, there are surfaces selected here, and you see those surfaces actually they are surfaces which are not possible as a how to say, it's not a triangle, it's a quadrangle. It's not a square. It's not a rectangle either. But it's a object with 4 corners. Okay, so this is actually the most easy one to fix. You just go to here, go to face, and go to triangulate faces, and you can see how they are turned into triangles. So now it's a good idea to actually go back and see again what error comes out. So I will, and you see the problem is as you go along, these errors actually perpetuate each other. So if they create each other. So if I create triangular space, I may have created new zero spaces and vice versa. So you need to go a little bit along with this until you finally end up having no left. You see now there is no more impossible surface, whatever they are called. And now you have those other things. So you have the zero length edges and zero length faces. So what you're going to do to get rid of them is actually to go to edit mode. And now you see nothing is shown. Why nothing is shown? Because we are talking about vertices. So you switch to vertices. And you see now that the vertices which are the problem are selected. So it actually is 132 or what did it say? I don't remember. So many you don't really see them, and that's because what is this problem? You need to understand what this problem is. This problem is there are several vertices in the same place. The paper model exporting engine it tries to flatten the surfaces, but it comes to this surface which is so small that it's going against zero. So that's why you need to get rid of these small, super small surfaces and super small edges. How do you do that? Is you use the it says like remove doubles, right? But there's actually no function like this. So So actually, I don't know why it's still called remove doubles. I guess this comes from another version, but we need to go to need to go to mesh here. Mesh, clean up, and then instead of remove, you don't have any function for remove doubles. You need to go to clean up, and you go here to merge by distance. And this will already merge most of them. So you can see down here, it says removed 144 vertices. And I go back to object mode and I'll try to export again. And by the way, a good idea would be to save every time before you export, because once you export, it might freeze. Or you can also just wait a really long. It might freeze. Your computer might crash. So if you wait a really long time, maybe it will come out again. But it's still better to save your progress, or you have to overdo the thing again. So as you can see now, we have less zero area faces, but we have 2 new twisted polygons. Okay, so from here you can decide yourself what you want to do first. I usually decide to do the twisted polygons first. So I again go to edit mode, and I go to surface, and where are they? Can't even really find them. Maybe they are somewhere inside. You see here they are inside. So actually this is totally irrelevant, because this is not a surface I'm going to need. So actually I could just delete them. But I don't recommend deleting things here, because sometimes you accidentally delete stuff, and then that's can be rather troublesome to rebuild that. So again, I go to triangulate faces, and okay, and to have it selected again, I need to go back again to the export and paper model. And you see now 52 zero faces. Go to edit mode again. Go to the vertex. You see exactly here. You can see some here around here, some around the back, some down here. And I just do the same thing another time. Mesh, clean up, merge by distance. Okay. So you can see if this does any good. Yeah. Because actually these may be different ones. They may not be the same ones. So this have been newly created. So I go again to export and paper model. And oh, okay, so this didn't do anything. So what I have to do then next is, like, if this doesn't do anything, I again go to where they are selected, and I will go to mesh, clean up, merge by distance, and I will set this higher. Yeah, I will just delete 1, 0. Okay, try to export again. And it's always, so you see again it created 6 twisted polygons, and it creates 13 zero phase areas. So go back to edit mode, and again phase triangulate, and go back to object mode and export once again. Export. So now let me see. Oh, maybe I didn't choose it correctly. Export paper model. Hello. So 30 zero phase areas left. Once again, go to edit mode, and they are selected. Mesh, clean up, merge by distance, add another, delete another 0. Okay, removed 39 vertices, so that should have probably taken care of the problem, but it may have created new problems. May always create new problems. So again, export and paper model, and you see another 3 twisted polygons left. Oh, another 3. New 3. Oh, it's twisted polygons again, right? So I created triangular faces. Yeah, okay. Go back to edit mode, and it's probably created new 0 lengths. So export paper model. Oh, seems this time it went through. Okay, so this time it went through, and usually the best thing you can do is to just, if you have the time, you just wait, because your computer has to calculate. Okay, and eventually this will go through. It may take half an hour, may take 1 hour, maybe more, depending on how detailed your model is. And well, if you don't want to wait that long, maybe you can do it like to take a nap or start to export before you go to sleep in the evening or something. And then you just wait until it goes through and finally comes again to the export menu. And another thing that you can do is actually, and this is what happens here, is like, because remember this crack here in the top, like this opening here, this is because it's not accurate enough. So that's another reason why you want to create clean parts, because everything that's inaccurate, everything that's, and you will see that in a moment on the exported part, is extra things that the computer will have to calculate. So let me just export this, and now let's have a look at the part, and this is how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. So as you can see, this is also, why it takes so long is also partly because there were no seams set up. So he first needs to calculate all the seams itself. We usually think that, computers have more computing power, they are faster to do stuff than we are, and which is maybe really true. It's even true, but you see, that doesn't mean you can make things easier for them. And if you set up the seams for him, then he doesn't have to calculate each of this. And even also, like, this cannot be built. It's not good like this. So that's why you need to set up the seams before you export, and hopefully that will also make the exporting a little bit more smooth. Another thing that you can have is, like, you could get rid of stuff that you don't need, like such. And here, this is the back wall. This is the back wall of the parts. And this is some parts inside which are not needed, yeah. Another this parts inside which are needed. A lot of small stuff which is not needed, yeah. So this is like just an edge which has angles, has screw tabs, And those are many things that you don't need. Of course, later, if you have set up everything properly, it will come out in a much better way. And yeah, so this is the end of this tutorial, the last video of this tutorial. And I really hope you learned something from this. I hope you start to realize that, okay, while Blender may be very intimidating, it's actually possible to learn a little bit how to use it, because actually for paper modeling, there are not so many and not even really advanced functions that you need to learn. So actually everything that you learned here in this tutorial, it's enough for you to now create wonderful paper models. And I really wish that many of you who are watching these tutorials will actually go ahead and create your own paper models and share them with others. You can sell them. Yeah, you can sell them online. Or you can, if you want, you can also ask me to publish them on my website. And you can find my website in the description. And you can find other videos. So later I'm going to do more. Record more videos. And maybe by the time you're watching this, maybe these other videos may already be available. So I hope you will enjoy doing paper models. And you can also, if you enjoy what you're doing, you can tell others about it, so they may also learn, and you may maybe you will teach the next generation of paper models, just like you learned this from me. And this is really my wish. And even if not, I hope you had some interesting time watching those videos, and thank you for watching.